Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Taj TV. Welcome. All right. This week, we're going to cover D.L Hughley calling out Ice Cube over Ice Cube's meeting with President Trump. We're also going to kind of hint on this whole Ukraine business with Hunter Biden, Joe Biden. And I'm going to have my boy Ty call in, and he's going to give you his week 6 picks for the NFL. Let's start off with D.L Hughley. Let's start off. D.L Hughley recently spoke about Ice Cube on his radio show and expressed what seems to be a popular opinion about the rap legend. Hughley said that Cube wasn't qualified to be in the room with Trump. A black man telling another black man that he's not qualified for something is ridiculous, but it goes. We'll go on. Hughley said that Cube lacks policy chops necessary to bring about actual reform. Hughley also laid out why he believes Cube ruined himself at the altar of Trump. That's a quote. Like many other black entertainers who have been linked to President Trump. I don't understand what the fuck DL's talking about. Oh, hold on. What's up, Tosh TV? Uh-oh. They got scared. I don't understand what D.L. Hughley's talking about. To me, this is that black on black thing again. This is that high yellow versus dark skin black thing again without the actual skin color. D.L. Hughley also went on and started talking about Trump always gets black celebrities to promote his agenda. D.L. Hughley, the DNC in August, it was like the BET Awards. That's honestly, I even tweeted that. It felt like the BET Awards. It had Tracy Ellis Ross, Kerry Washington, Common, Jennifer Hudson, John Legend, Billy Porter, Steph and Aisha Curry, Leon Bridges. Come on now. What are you talking about that Trump only gets black entertainers? It's quite obvious that Joe Biden gets nothing but black entertainers. Biden has also been interviewed by Cardi B, Charlamagne tha God, Keke Palmer, and other black celebrities to push his agenda, to push his campaign. P. Diddy just the other day had a town hall with other black leaders, quote unquote black leaders, and he was talking about backing the Biden-Harris ticket. If you're going to make a political party, why not back something that's pro-black? The Biden-Harris ticket is not pro-black. I mean, I'm a Trump supporter, and I'll tell you, Trump's ticket isn't very pro-black either. But it has done great things for the African-American community. I can't say the same about the Biden and Harris ticket. I just can't say it. And I just don't understand why DL took it out of his way to fucking call out Ice Cube. When DL got the COVID-19, Ice Cube ran and was backing him. Ice Cube, wished him well. But here you are, when a black man is trying to accomplish something for the greater good of black people, you're shunning him. You're talking shit about him. If you ask me, that's the Democratic way. That's what they do. Whenever a black person doesn't agree with a Democratic candidate or Democratic people, they tend to get shunned. We get called Uncle Toms. We get called coons. Motherfuckers get in our inbox talking about they feel sorry for us and all this other crazy shit. You contribute to that separation, DL, with doing this. Instead of educating in your way or in your thought, you decide that you're going to talk down on a person. And Ice Cube is very successful. D.L. Hughley, very successful. So I just didn't understand why. I mean, Ice Cube in 2016 said he wouldn't back Trump. Matter of fact, Ice Cube said that he talked to both campaigns. He talked to the Democratic campaign and the Republican campaign. He said that only Trump's campaign actually was proactive in this. The Biden campaign told him to wait until after the election. Why is that? Why is everything wait? When it comes to Biden, it's always wait. We literally had 8 years of Biden in the White House. We literally had 8 years of Biden in the White House. Why is it always wait? You had a perfect time to seize on a plan from a black man in America who represents a lot of black people in America, and you failed to act. You failed to act on it, Biden. So why are we all getting mad that he went and met with Trump? Yes, Trump is going to use this for political gain. Come on now, we're not stupid. But the fact of the matter is, you have to talk to the commander in chief who's in office. You have to talk to the commander in chief who is in office. How do you expect to get heard? Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, how have they helped with prison reform? By going and speaking with the commander in chief, by going and politicking with the president. That's how you get it done. It doesn't matter who the fuck's in the White House. You have to go to the White House to get shit done. This whole notion of anti-Trump is ridiculous. It's straight up fucking foolish, if you ask me. Trump has done nothing towards black people for them to act like this. Like they don't even want to have a conversation with them. Like they can't even be heard talking to them. You know, it seems like they all have that Nancy Pelosi mentality. Yes, Nancy Pelosi earlier this week had a fucking meltdown about the stimulus. She was on CNN with Wolf Blitzer, who traditionally backs the Democratic Party, and she has a fucking meltdown over the stimulus talks, and out of her own fucking mouth, she said she won't speak with the president. Why is it? How are we going to get anything fucking accomplished if people, just because of the hatred they have for the president, are afraid or unwilling to talk to the president? I don't understand this. And coming from a black man who's critiquing another black man for just trying to get something done for black Americans, to me sounds fucking ridiculous. That's ridiculous, DL. I don't know. If you guys want to call in, chime in on that, go ahead and call in and chime in on that. I honestly don't get it. I don't get it. Let's talk about Hunter fucking Biden. Hunter Biden is Joe Biden's son. Hunter Biden allegedly had some information on a laptop that got out there to the New York Post. Essentially, he was using his dad's name, his dad's office, to make millions abroad. Millions. Straight criminal enterprise. If we did that as the common people, we'd be locked up until forever. But just because it's Hunter Biden, it's okay. Hunter Biden introduced his father, then Vice President Joe Biden, to a top executive at a Ukrainian energy firm less than a year before the elder Biden pressured government officials in Ukraine into firing a prosecutor who was investigating the company. And this is according to emails obtained by the New York Post. Joe Biden bragged. He bragged at the Council of Foreign Relations in 2018 of getting this prosecutor fired. Joe Biden says, I looked at them and said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor is not fired, you're not getting the money. Biden bragged about this to the Council of Foreign Relations. And the dude got fired. Whoever it was got fucking fired. So if you guys want to call in about that, call in about that. Let me see if I can get a hold of my boy real quick. He's supposed to give me his pick'ems. I'm going to give you my pick'ems, and when he calls, he just calls. So my week 6 pick'ems. I'm going with Tennessee over Houston. They are playing in Tennessee. Denver at New England. I'm going New England all day. I'm a Patriots fan. Cincinnati at Indianapolis. I'm going with Indianapolis. They have the best defense in the fucking league. Defense can't be stopped. The offense, it kind of drags, but I'm going with Indianapolis. Atlanta at Minnesota. 2 scrub-ass teams. I'm going with Minnesota, even though they're going to be down Dalvin Cook. I'm still going with Minnesota, better defense. Washington at New York Giants. I don't think the Giants get a win here. I think Washington will prevail in New York and get that win. Baltimore at Philadelphia. I'm going with Baltimore. Baltimore all day. Philly, they can't stay healthy. Philly's offense is wishy-washy. Some weeks they look dominant. Some weeks they look like a junior varsity fucking team. I'm going with Baltimore. Cleveland at Pittsburgh. This one I was kind of back and forth. I love the weapons in Cleveland. Cleveland probably has the top 5 offense on paper, but Pittsburgh utilizes their weapons better. So I'm going to go Pittsburgh. Big Ben, dude's an OG. I think he's just going to fucking school Cleveland's defense. Chicago at Carolina. I'm going to go Chicago based on defense. Carolina has not proven that they can stop the run all fucking year so far. I think COVID-19 has done a better fucking job at stopping the run than Carolina, so I'm going to go with Chicago. Detroit at Jacksonville. Another game I'm really not interested in, but I'm going to go Detroit. Adrian Peterson. I love the guy. I'm going to go Detroit. The Jets in Miami. This is my toss-up. I'm going to go New York Jets. First win for New York. The reason why I'm going New York is because I believe the cancer is out of the locker room. I think Le'Veon Bell was a fucking cancer. I think Le'Veon Bell drugged that team down just like he drugged the fucking Steelers down. A great organization at that. So I'm going to go with the Jets in a momentum swing. Green Bay, Tampa Bay. You have 2 of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Aaron Rodgers, 1 Super Bowl to his name. Tom Brady, 6 to his name. I'm going to go Green Bay only because that offense is fucking out of this world right now. The Rams and San Francisco at San Francisco. This is another toss-up. I'm really not interested in this game, but San Francisco has too many fucking injuries. Their quarterbacks play like shit. I'm going to go with the Rams just because they're healthy. Monday's games, you have Kansas City at Buffalo. I'm going Buffalo. I think the tumor's in Kansas City. We're going to talk about Le'Veon a little bit, but I think the tumor is in Kansas City. So we're going to go with Buffalo for the win there. Arizona at Dallas. Dallas can't stop anybody. It doesn't matter who the fuck the quarterback is. Dallas can't stop anybody. I'm going Arizona. Arizona's weapons are better. Going with Arizona. Now let's talk about the tumor that we call Le'Veon Bell. Extraordinary talent. Lev Bell is an extraordinary, talented individual. I believe he's 28. But Lev Bell wanted to get paid. He left Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh would have made him a Hall of Famer. He was well on his way to being a Hall of Famer when he left Pittsburgh. He left Pittsburgh for more money. I don't even think he got that much more money in New York. But he goes to New York. He's averaging 3.3 yards a carry in New York. He hasn't had a winning record. He's been injured half the fucking time. Can't stay on the field. And his locker room presence, from what I read, is horrible. Now, it doesn't help that he had Adam Gase calling the show there. Adam Gase assumed command as a GM as well as the head coach. And Adam Gase didn't want him there in the fucking first place when he got hired. So I do understand that. But you have to be a professional. When you're getting paid tens of millions of dollars, you have to remain a professional. And I think Lev Bell has failed to remain professional. The guy's talented. The guy in Pittsburgh, like I said, was an all-time great athlete. But now, since he's become a cancer, that talent dwindles. It's kind of what have you done for me lately type of scenario. When you talk about Lev Bell, what have you done for me lately? You have all these young backs that are fantastic. Shit, Adrian Peterson's 15 plus fucking years, and that guy's phenomenal. You have all these backs. So, Lev, what have you done for me lately? What have you done for the viewers, for the fans lately? Nothing but promise on Twitter that you're going to come back with a vengeance or you're going to do this better. And I ain't got time for that. You're looking like you're washed. I think you're going to be a tumor to fucking Kansas City. I think you're going to stunt the growth of the new running back there, number 25, the young guy from LSU. I think you're going to stunt his growth. I think you're going to be you're just going to cause turmoil. And for that, I'm not excited about the move. I'm just not excited about the fucking move. I'm just not. Let me see if I can get my boy on the line real quick. Give me a second. But yeah, I mean, if you guys want to talk about the D.L Hughley, you guys want to talk about the Ukrainian business, Ice Cube, call in. I'm going to see if I can get a hold of my boy real quick, Ty. See what he's up to. But yeah, I mean, for one, I wouldn't want to. I'm glad New England didn't sign Lead Bill. The culture there in New England is just like Pittsburgh's. It's a winning culture that doesn't. They don't take up for the shit. We might get some shit bags here and there, but we change their careers. If New England and Pittsburgh decided that they can't change your career, you're a fucking problem. You're a big fucking problem. And I for one, I thrilled we didn't fucking sign them. So let me see if I can get a hold of this fool real quick. Hey, Ty, if you're out there, call in. Ty, if you're out there, call in. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Back to the D.L Hughley. I just kind of feel like we argue as black people over which white person's going to fucking help us out the most. It's like our leadership has led us to the point of begging. I thought begging was going to be a bad choice of words, but I don't now, because our leadership has failed us. The black leadership has failed black Americans throughout fucking time. It's to the point of where election years we're asking, what are you going to do for me? What are you going to do for us? Well, why are we the only fucking race in America that asks, what are you going to do for us? What are you going to do for us? Why is that a fucking thing with black people? And then we argue amongst each other to the point of fucking disrespect. I just drove past Yuma and fucking Watson Road over here in Buckeye, Arizona. They have a Trump parade. Very peaceful. And I guarantee a lot of white people driving past them don't fucking appreciate it and don't like it. But yet, they're very fucking peaceful. I have yet to see white people disrespect other white people to the form of black people disrespecting other black people. It's as if we're taught to hate ourselves. We're taught to hate our skin color. We're taught to hate the next man who comes up with a genius idea. It's the slave mentality. It's the killing to get in the house fucking mentality that black people possess. And D.L Hughley fucking demonstrated this to me, if you ask me, demonstrated this to a T. To a fucking T. Black people, we have to get over this whole fucking what are you going to give me mentality. I love what P. Diddy did with saying we're going to have a black party. We need to have more of a party for ourselves. That's step one. I love the idea. What I don't love is that party endorsing candidates who never had our interest at heart. I'd rather that party straight say black people don't fucking vote. Don't vote until we get someone on the fucking ticket who we want on the ticket. I would have fucking appreciated that much more than the same status quo that black leaders give us every election year. And that's Republicans are racist, vote blue. We voted blue for the last 60 fucking years. The Democrats have had 80% of our vote for the last 60 fucking years. And here we are begging them to change. If Joe Biden, with a black president, didn't do anything for black people for 8 years, what makes you think he's going to do anything now? I just don't get it. I don't fucking understand it. R. Lee, crabs in a barrel. Yes, black people have a crabs in a barrel mentality. That's very much so. Very much so. What's up, Tosh TV? Who's this?
Tasha.
It's Tasha. What you doing, Tasha?
I was on my way to take a nap until you said call it.
No, I'm already going right now. I just need to test it.
Oh, okay.
What are you doing? How's the kids?
Good. The baby's right here. Javion's in Kansas City with his big brother because he's in that Big Brother program stuff.
Uh-huh.
And then the other two is on the PlayStation.
That's good. All right, well, I'm going to let you get back to business. Thanks for calling.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah, it was my sister. But yeah, black people do have a crabs in a barrel mentality. I go after what I deem to be stupidness. Whenever I see a black person and I see them do something stupid and I address it, it doesn't mean that I hate that black person. I'm just critiquing that black person. I would like it if that black person were to come and educate me on what he deems I'm saying wrong. But instead of education in the black community, we tear each other down constantly. I fucking made a comment on the Shade Room. I made a comment, and the Shade Room is majority black. Everyone who gets on there, they're majority black, and they're trolls. I ain't scared of the trolls. I go in the Shade Room, I make a comment, and we were talking about is the bias persuading voters to vote for Trump, which I really think that is a thing. I think the bias the media gives towards Trump, or against Trump, I should say, I think that's going to persuade voters to vote his way, just because of the media and the relationship with the communities. We already don't trust their information. But I just stated that, and I said, thank you, media, for helping elect President Trump. I had a black guy, a young black dude from Texas. He got on my personal page, inboxed me, and was going after my kids. He was going after my kids. Instead of arguing with me or educating me on the what he disagreed with, he got on my personal page and went after my kids. Do you remember that scene where the Chinese dude tells the what's the black guy's name? I forget the black guy's name. I'm feeling like Joe Biden right now. But he tells him, I feel sorry for your mother. That's what he said about my kids. I feel sorry for your kids. Why? Why? I don't see white people doing that to Trump. No one's telling Trump he feels sorry for his kids. No one's going after Trump like that. That's a black thing. We will go after each other to the point of where we want to kill each other over petty shit, over dumb shit. What does R. Lee say? 60 plus years, Ice Cube was saying, is make them earn our vote. We've been voting Democrat too long. They don't even feel the need to earn our vote. We're too emotional instead of using logic. Yes, that's what I'm saying. We're too fucking emotional instead of using logic. And black people, we get so emotional that we start tearing down other blacks. The whole purpose of this discussion is to build Black America. That's the whole purpose. We can't build Black America if we're fucking tearing each other down. And it is on an emotional tip. It's all emotional. But when we have black leaders like D.L. Hughley, and D.L. constantly goes after black people who go talk to Trump. Jim Brown, Steve Harvey. Remember when Steve Harvey went to go talk to Trump when Trump first got elected? And Steve Harvey came out and said, hey, the guy's not that bad. Da, da, da. He went at Steve Harvey. They're the kings of comedy. They were brothers. The kings of fucking comedy. He was going after Steve to the point of where Steve had to apologize for it. What the fuck? You have to apologize for meeting with world leaders to make a change? Because a black man doesn't agree with you? Because D.L. Hughley don't agree with me, I have to fucking apologize? Man, fuck that. Fuck all that. Our black leaders need to take the initiative to step out of their comfort zone to get shit done for us. All that taking a knee, all that Black Lives Matter shit is cool. All that shit is cool. But what's the real change? LeBron James, go talk to Trump. You just won a title. I don't want to see LeBron say he ain't going to the White House. Go talk to him. Go talk to Trump. Go make that fucking change. The best power to possess is influence. LeBron is an influential person. Why would you not go talk to Trump to make the change for Black America? I think Trump is more willing to talk to you, to get an understanding. But when you sit there and you just talk shit about the guy with no substance, everyone keeps talking about Trump being racist. Go change his mind. You're a black leader. LeBron has done great things for the black community with his school, with the donations, whatever, all he does. He does great fucking things. But why would you not take the opportunity to go talk to Trump? Like I said, Kanye and Kim get shit done because they're in that fucking White House. They go inside that Oval Office. They're getting shit done. But yet you guys call them kooks and coons. I see black people call Kanye a nigger. A black person calling another black man nigger, which I've been called plenty of times for displaying my support for Trump. That's ridiculous. But with mentalities like D.L Hughley, I understand it. I understand it. I'm willing even to go and say D.L Hughley has a slave mentality. I'm willing to say that. I think DL has a fucking slave mentality. And why does Ice Cube, why does he have to go on all these fucking news stations, all these radio stations apologizing? He shouldn't have to. He shouldn't have to. This is the only thing I don't like about what Ice Cube did is how are you, and I get it, growth is there, I get it, but how are you once famously critiquing your NWA partner, Eazy-E, for going to the White House to meet with Reagan and Bush, and here you are in 2020 meeting with Trump. Oh, I get it, growth is there. I do understand that, but to me, that was the most cringeworthy moment of this whole situation. I love what you did. I'm not saying I don't love it, but I do like that you have grown as a man. R. Lee says, see if you even step 1 foot off the Democratic plantation, see what happens. I agree. If LeBron doesn't agree with Trump's policies, okay, take the opportunity to make your case with him. Thank you. Thank you. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You have influence. Why not go to the White House and make Trump a believer? The guy's crazy enough to help us. He's crazy enough to fucking help us. The reason why I support him, I know the guy's not perfect. I know Trump's not perfect. I know he's not. But the reason why I support him is because he's crazy enough to get shit done. And it makes me feel like, honestly, talking about the black struggle, it makes me feel like when Trump helps black people, it infuriates Democratic leaders. To me, it just makes me feel like it infuriates them. Nancy Pelosi this week swore she knew the people of her district and what they wanted. The people in her district are moving out in droves. They're moving out in droves. But she knows what they want. No, what they want is help, which you have failed to help. People blame Trump. Trump's like the quarterback on an NFL team. If he wins, he gets the praise. If he loses, he gets the hate, which I understand. But you also have to put blame on those skill players, like your receivers, like your running backs. Nancy Pelosi is the chair of the House. She's a fucking chair of the House. She alone controls the purse of the United States, and we don't hold her accountable? Wolf Blitzer didn't even grill her. She was just defensive. She was just defensive that whole fucking time. He didn't even grill her. That's because she knows she's ruining American lives. Black, white, Chinese, whatever. She's ruining the lives of Americans, all for political purposes. And yet they're probably going to fucking elect her back in office because San Francisco is such fucked up. It's so fucked up of a place right now. So they're probably going to elect her back in office. She's probably going to shit on Trump even more. You know, it really gets me, these uber millionaires. I believe Nancy Pelosi is worth well over $100 million fucking dollars. But yet she knows what her people need. She knows that her people are going hungry at night. She knows that people are getting raped. People are getting beaten just walking down the streets in her district. She knows that. Now, she has to know shit. Nancy Pelosi, all those fucking politicians, honestly, those career politicians that have sat in the House, that have sat in the Senate for fucking 20 years, 30 years, they're so far out of reality is crazy. How are they not voted out? How are they fucking not voted out? I don't understand it. Russell Foy liked the show. Russ, call in. Call in, Russ. Call in. I like your perspectives. Call in. If you guys want to know, 785-289-8295 is the number. I want to hear from you guys. Let's have a dialogue here. It shouldn't be just me ranting. Let's have a dialogue. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But have that dialogue with me. Have that dialogue. Don't go in my inbox saying you're going to kill me. Have a dialogue with me here. But no. I don't know. I don't like our Black Caucus, the new Black Caucus that P. Diddy has promoted with that town hall with Charlemagne the God. I don't like it how they just automatically endorse a Democratic candidate, especially one that's bragged about locking blacks up, about blacks being super predators, about blacks couldn't be rehabilitated after being locked up by the bill that he crafted. I don't like that. You're leading blacks into dangerous territory. You're making us submissive subconsciously. You're making blacks submissive to the point of where you step out of the box, you're a house Negro. You step out of the box, you're a coon. You're shucking and jiving. You know how many tap dancing fucking emojis people put on my comments? Shucking and jiving. That's unbelievable. What'd you say, Russ? Russ says Biden signed a bill to put minorities in prison. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And then you have reports coming out that he was also a dirty vice president, which social media is blocking people from fucking digging deep into. And that's another thing that fucking pisses me off. This is the obvious bias with the media. Is you have Twitter. Twitter is huge. Huge like Facebook, huge like YouTube. It's huge. Twitter gets a hold, or the New York Post gets a hold of all these emails with Hunter Biden that puts Joe Biden, the presidential candidate, in the limelight in a negative way, and they stop all presses on Twitter. You'll get shunned. You'll get your page removed if you fucking dare share the New York Post story. But yet, when Donald Trump's taxes illegally hit the hands of reporters from CNN, MSNBC, that was fine. That was illegal. But you can share that. You can share that. But you can't share Joe Biden making his son filthy rich, allegedly. Allegedly. You can't share that. Not in an election year. It's just like packing the court. Oh, we'll see after the election. We'll see. If that ain't a fucking fast talking scholar, I don't know what is. That's a pimp. That's a pimp. We'll see what happens after you turn 20 tricks. We'll see what happens. Just to be stuck for 20 more tricks. That's a pimp. But our black leaders, D.L Hughley, they mentally massage us to be mental slaves still. They mentally massage us to be mental slaves. They're not helping us. I like diversity. I like Kanye ranting. He brings another element to my way of thinking. We all think crazy. But I'm not going to sit here and act like Kanye's some type of fucking idiot when he just made $1 billion. I'm not going to act like Kim Kardashian is just a whore when she's worth $700 million. No, these people are intelligent. They think differently. They're free thinkers. That's what I like in a person. That's what I like in a fucking person. He's a free fucking thinker. These people are the ones helping get people out of fucking prison. All these free TT shirts that you guys wear out there, that's cool. That's hot. That's trending. But y'all ain't helping get no one out of prison. They have. And yet you guys still call him a coon, a maniac. He's out of his element. Just like DL says that Cube doesn't have what it takes for policy reform. Well, motherfucker, who does? Do you? And if you do, why ain't you doing shit about it? Why ain't you helping the black cause? Not saying you don't donate your money. You don't do lectures for black kids. I'm not saying that. Your ass ain't been to that White House with the commander in chief. You might have been there when Barack was president, but it was trending to be there. It was a trendy thing to do. The first black president. We're going to have the hip hop house. We're going to turn the White House into a hip hop house. So that was a trendy thing to do, and you did it willingly, but yet to get shit done with a so-called alleged racist, you're scared to do it. You're scared. DL. Ice Cube ain't scared. Kanye ain't scared. No, you scared. And black leaders like you are scared. How old is Jim Brown? Someone in the comment section, how old is Jim Brown? Is Jim Brown like fucking 90, damn near years old? And his ass got wheelchaired when Trump first got elected to get a sense of who Trump was. And he came out and said the guy's not bad. A motherfucking 90-year-old man has more heart, more testicular fortitude than you, DL. No, you're like Pelosi. You wouldn't dignify the president with your presence, right? The man who runs the free fucking world, you wouldn't dignify him with your presence. No, but you sit here and you fucking throw dirt on Ice Cube. Ice Cube, you don't have shit to apologize. You have nothing to apologize about. No. Actually, I'm going to give you a standing ovation. Thank you for having my back as a black man in America. Thank you. I appreciate it. If you guys want to call up, the number is 785-289-8295. I repeat, the number is 785-289-8295. Jesus. Hunter Biden. The never before revealed meeting is mentioned in a message of appreciation. An advisor to the board of Burisma allegedly sent Hunter Biden on April 17, 2015, about a year after Hunter joined the Burisma board at a reported salary of up to $50,000 a fucking month. $50,000 a fucking month. The message states, "Dear Hunter, thank you for inviting me to DC and giving an opportunity to meet your father and spent some time together. It's really an honor and pleasure." So he did meet with the vice president. Isn't that illegal? Isn't that immoral? Only if Trump does something like that it becomes illegal. That Dems hold people accountable. That's unbelievable. Russell Foy with the comment. Russell Foy says, the 1994 crime bill, the Clintons and Delaware Senator Biden to bury black Americans by sending them to prison. Now Biden said it was a mistake. Yeah. Flip-flopping. He's a pimp. Biden's a fucking pimp. And black people aren't the only ones that are that they whore. Black people aren't the only ones. Latinos. The motherfucker had a phone and started playing a Latino song for the crowd. How disrespectful does it get? When do people fucking finally say they've had enough? The UFC fighter, he said he had enough. He said the motherfucker's pandering, which he is. He panders. The thing is with Biden is he's so fucking old, he doesn't have the energy to even make it seem like he cares. He doesn't even have the fucking energy to make it seem like he actually cares. Back in 2007, 2008, when he so-called called Barack Obama an alleged, somewhat clean African-American person that was articulate. I guess he never heard of Malcolm X or Martin Luther King. I guess he never heard of them. I guess they didn't hold themselves up to his standards. Well, anyway, back then, he was a young Biden. Younger. He was fresh. He was vibrant. He could make you feel like you were his kid. Not now. Not now. It's all cringeworthy now. Now he makes it Now you feel like you've been used. When I watched the Biden town hall, I felt like I was used. I was used. Just watching it. Just watching it. And then when I went and watched the Trump town hall, I was infuriated. I was upset. The lack of respect that we give our commander in chief overall, and I'm saying we, as the population, is ridiculous. Pure fucking ridiculous. I imagine if Barack got disrespected at a town hall by an interviewer the way Trump did. Imagine how you would feel. Black America, imagine it. That'd be some bullshit, right? But yet we'll allow Trump to get disrespected because it's comical. It's comical. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, the fucking bias. And I do think the bias will help Trump get reelected. Simple as that. Simple as fucking that. I don't know. I don't know. Talking about Trump only uses blacks. He only uses the rich celebrity blacks. When you have dirty Joe Biden getting fucking interviewed by that monkey bitch Cardi B. You know, Kiki fucking Palmer interviewing Joe Biden. How are you asking Kiki Palmer what Joe Biden's going to do for prison reform when he locked people up? That's what he championed. How are we this fucking blind? As black Americans, how are we this fucking blind to the truth? Because mentally we've been massaged to be submissive to the Democratic Party. That's why. But when I say shit like that, I'm a coon. So which one of our black leaders will speak up and say something? Which one of our black leaders will say something? Because they all know it. They all fucking know it. But it's not the norm. It's not the norm to speak up and say nothing. No. I've heard blacks say that they'll vote for an orange instead of voting for fucking President Trump. How ridiculous is this? Fuck Trump. Fuck Trump. Let's get past Trump. What about the House? What about the Senate? Why do we keep electing people who don't have our interest at heart? Why? As civilians of this country, why is it that we elect these fucknuts that don't have our interest at heart? Cube, if you ever run for any type of office, I'm voting for you because you have balls of steel. You have balls of steel. And then CNN cancels Ice Cube's interviews just to turn back and Chris Cuomo to give him one. After Ice Cube had to get on Twitter with his millions of followers to let them know what was happening to him. The destruction of his career was happening. Yes, it was. He had to get on Twitter to blast CNN for Chris Cuomo to give him an interview that he should already had, that they canceled. That's crazy. Ice Cube tweeted, so the powers that be canceled my interview on Chris Cuomo prime time. I've actually been banned from CNN for a few months. So I was surprised that they even asked. But it seems like they can't handle the truth. No, they can't. They don't want people to hear the truth. That's why they give you fake news. We give Trump shit when he calls it fake news, but it is. It is. You know, you rather sit here for an hour and a half and talk about a motherfucking fly on someone's head than the content of a fucking debate. Shame on you, CNN. Shame on you, MSNBC. If you're a candidate, if Kamala would have destroyed Pence, you'd have been talking about that. But you couldn't. You had to talk about a fucking fly on someone's head for an hour and a half. Key. That shit's funny. Huh? The lives of Americans are not funny. They're not funny at all. The lives of Americans are not funny. But you guys sit here and you kiki it up, your multi-million-dollar fucking mansions. You destroy American lives. You laugh at it. You calling rioters good people. And no, Trump didn't call the KKK good people. He literally denounced them after saying that there was good people on both sides. He denounced white supremacy, but you don't show that, CNN. You don't show that, MSNBC. No, you show bits and pieces to go with your agenda. That's what you go with. No, you mentally massage the blacks, the Latinos, to hate a man who doesn't hate them. Or you'll cancel them. You'll get with the powers that be, I guess. That's what Ice Cube called them. You'll get with the powers that be to cancel them. That's what you guys do. That ain't journalism. That ain't journalism at all. The number is 785-289-8295 if you want to call in. 785-289-8295 if you want to call in. Hey, get the word out there. I made a comment on Facebook about having artists, email me a song or two so I could play it on the podcast. I would really appreciate that. I share my music on different fucking pages, groups, and shit like that. Or not my music, my channel, my videos on different pages and different groups. So if you ever, on a Saturday, if you ever want me to play your music on my platform, just send me your music to my email, taj123@gmail.com. TAIJH123@gmail.com is where you can send that. Ty, where you at, man? Where you at? I wanna see your picks. I want to see your picks. I will say this: my fantasy football seasons are shit. I'm in 2 leagues. I'm 1 in like fucking 4 in 1 league, and I'm 2 and 3 in the fucking other. Thank God I don't have that young back in Kansas City, because Lev is just gonna fucking destroy his fantasy value. I tried to trade for him too. I'm glad they didn't accept the trade. I'm glad they didn't accept it. I don't know, man. This really, I'm so passionate about this topic with D.L Hughley, is because as a black man, and when you really want something done for black people, and when other black people shun you, they call you names. When a black person calls me a nigger, it's crazy. It's a crazy feeling. It's worse than when a white person does it. It's worse. When a black people calls you an Uncle Tom, a coon, it's worse than when a white person says it. Trust me. Because as a black man, this is the people I love. When I look in the mirror, I love myself. I love my skin color, as you all should. White, black, Asian, it doesn't matter. You should love yourself. You should love your people. You should have self-worth, a good self-esteem. So when I look in the mirror as a black man, I love me for being a black man. And when I sit here and I try to fucking make comments to help black people, to get us from thinking all the same, which Joe Biden has said we do. When I try to do shit like that and to be called nigger, coon, boy, it's depressing. It really makes me feel like this is why rich people get rich and they just leave the hood. That's what it makes me feel like. It makes me feel like this is why rich people get rich and leave the fucking hood. I don't want to call you ungrateful because you haven't gotten anything. The government's never given black people anything. So I can't call you ungrateful. But who? The question is, who's really the Uncle Tom? Who's really the coon? Is it the black man who steps out of the box? Or is it the black man that wants to kill the black man for stepping out of the box? That's the question. I don't know. All right, well, Ty, you're not calling in. I'm going to wrap it up. If you guys want to leave a comment, you want to share it, go ahead and share it. Remember, Saturdays, you guys can call in Taj TV at 785-289-8295, or you can email me at taj123@gmail.com. TAIJH123@gmail.com. I hope you guys have been entertained. I know I ranted for about an hour, but I hope you have been entertained. I'll catch you guys later. Holla at your boy. Peace out.